Hello everyone, back with another video. I know I took a huge long break, but it's mainly because during that time period, I had gotten sick, and so when I was sick, I wasn't able to go to school, and so that put me behind a lot of work. So by the time I was okay and was able to go back to school, I had to catch up on work. So that's mainly the reason why I haven't been uploading as much, but I'll start uploading again. So yeah. So in this video, I'm gonna go over and statements, or statements, and not statements. Right? They're mainly used with booleans like true and false. So yeah, let's get started. So make script, beat this. So let's start with and statements. So let's create a variable. So what and statements do is they need both sides to be true. So if I were to do true and true, and I were to print boolean 1, this would be true. This entire statement would be true, right? Because true and true would make true, right? If I were to run it, it would return to us true, right? Let's say I did true and false, right? Like I said, and statements need both sides to be true. If we were to have one side false, like here, it would be false. The entire statement would be false, right? So if I were to print it, it would be false, right? So what if I were to do false and false, right? Like I said, and statements need both sides to be true in order for the statement to be true. But here we have both sides being false, which would be completely false, right? So if I were to run it, it would print false, right? So let's say I had this side false instead, and this side true. Again, and statement needs both sides to be true, but this side is false, which would mean the statement is false. Alright? So we can do this with math too. So math 1, 5 is less than 10, and 3 is less than 6. So 5 is less than 10, which would be true, right? And 3 is less than 6, which would also be true. So this entire statement would be true, right? So if I were to run it, it would print true, right? But let's say I had, let's say 10 equals 10 and 6 greater than 8. 10 is equal to 10, right? But 6 is not greater than 8, meaning this would be false, right? False. Let's say, let's do 5 is not equal to 9, and 7 is less than 10. Oh, that is the wrong language. So 5 is not equal to 9, which would be true, right? And 7 is less than 10, which would also be true. So this entire statement would be true, right? Let's say I had like let's do 10 is greater than or equal to 10. So 5 is not equal to 9, true. 10 is greater than or equal to 10. It's not greater than, but it is equal to 10, right? So this entire statement would be true, right? let's say we had both sides being false. So 5 is not equal to 5, and 9 is less than 4. My goodness. Wrong language again. I'm sorry. So 5 is not equal to 5. This would be false because 5 is 5. 5 is equal to 5, right? 9 is greater than 4. It's not less than. So it would be false. Both sides are false. If we were to print it, it would be false. So yeah, that's generally what and statements are. Both sides needs to be true. Boolean expressions need to be true in order for the entire statement to be true. Right? Okay, let's do OR statements. So OR statements are a little easier to work with because what's different about them is they only need one side to be true in order for the entire statement to be true. If I were to do boolean 5 equal true or true, right? Since both sides are true, so true or true, both sides are true, which would make the entire statement true. If I were to do local boolean 6 equals true or false, it's like I said, only one side needs to be true with OR, right? Only one expression needs to be true in order for the statement to be true. So this would be true, and even though this is false, this is true though, right? So what if we did false or false, right? We don't have a true anywhere in here, meaning this entire statement is false, right? So boolean 8, same goes here. Even though the first expression is false, our second expression is true, meaning this would be true. If we run it, it would return to us true, right? Can also do math with this. So so 5 is equal to 5, or 10 is less than 9. So 5 is equal to 5, which would be true, or 10 is less than 9, which is false. Even though this is false, we have our true here, which would make this statement true, right? So if I were to run it, it would be true, right? So look, 6. So if we had the first expression false, so 10 is, oh my goodness, not equal to 10, or we had this expression true, so 10 is 10, it's not equal to, so this would be false, right? But this would be true because 5 is greater than 3, right? Meaning this entire statement is true. What if we had both sides being false, right? So 5 is greater than 2, or 10 less than 3. 5 is not greater than 2. Oh wait, oops. Let's do this. Alright, so 2 is not greater than 5. So this would be false. And 10 is not less than 3. This would also be false, right? So we have no truths in either expression, meaning this entire statement is false, right? So yeah, that is the general idea of OR statements. Both expressions needs to be one expression needs to be true in order for the statement to be true, right? So yeah. So our last one is not statements. And so what not statements do is they flip our expression, right? So if I had local boolean 9 equal, let's do this. So not true and true. So remember how I said and needs both expressions to be true? So even though we have both trues here, our not here flips this true. So it would become a false, right? So false and true. Both sides needs to be true for and. Sadly, this is not true. So this would be false, right? So it would return to us false. And we can do the same thing with we can do the same thing with or statements. So or false and false, right? Even though both sides are false, we have our not here that flips this false into a true. So this would be true. And or statements, they need one expression to be true. So we have a true here, but we have a false here, right? But our true here would make this entire statement true. So if I were to run it, it would be true. Same goes with math. So if I were to do not 10 less than 3 and not 5 equals 5. Okay, so 10 is not less than 3, so this would be false, but our not here flips it, true. 5 is equal to 5, this would be true. Our not flips it to a false, true, false, and needs both sides to be true. But we only have one side true, so this entire statement would be false. Right? False. And so what we can also do with not is, so what if we had true and true? True and true, this would be true, right? But our not here flips this entire statement, right? So it would be false, right? So true and true, this entire statement is true, but our not in front flips it to a false. So we can see here a false, right? So, but what if we did local boolean 12 not true or false, right? True, let's do this. False or false. This would be false. But our not flips it into a true, right? If we did this, true or false, this would be true, but our not here flips this into a false, right? And yeah, that is basically all there is to know about and statements, or statements, and not statements. These are very useful when you are doing conditions, and we'll be getting into if statements later on, and these will be included. So yeah, I'll be sure to upload more, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.